for the air current. Here the editor cuts to a still shot of the flag just as the effect becomes noticeable. Here it is unchecked. This rare clip, attained decades ago, was never re-released with the inevitable increase in experience and scrutiny. To demonstrate 1/6 gravity, a bouncy, floaty feel to the astronauts' movements would be similarly achieved with relative simplicity. Slow motion. You are viewing the scenes as they aired more than 30 years ago. Now let's look at them with the speed doubled. It becomes discernible that they are, in fact, in Earth's gravity, and are no more leaving the ground than they would on Earth. It is clear from these rarely seen color television pictures that the crew of Apollo 11 brought a high-resolution color video camera with them on their mission, yet the only pictures broadcast live from the moon's surface were these from a low-definition black and white camera. In fact, the networks complained because in addition to this, they were forced to shoot the images, second generation, off of a projection TV of the technology of 30 years ago, and were not even allowed to take a direct feed, which further degraded the quality and clarity of the images. Perhaps this was precisely what NASA and the federal government had in mind. After all, it was a first, regardless of where they were. Better to open up their debut mission with fuzzy pictures and numerous blackouts, rather than show too much revealing detail of a false scene that was yet unproven. And finally, the element that seals their fate. Of all the footage of Apollo 11 requested from NASA over a 5-year period, one gem was discovered just before the completion of this documentary. An old reel received by mistake. It contains the raw or unedited footage of the crew of Apollo 11, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin Jr. and Neil Armstrong, staging part of their mission for nearly an hour in living color, with exceptionally clear behind-the-scenes audio of conversations discussing the techniques used to achieve a disingenuous picture depicting the Earth at a distance, in order to falsely demonstrate their far journey from it and their ability to survive passing through the Van Allen radiation belts. It cannot be misconstrued that this staging was done for some other reason prior to the mission, for the reel itself is slated and dated July 18th, 19th, and 20th, 1969, the very days of the mission when they were said to be approaching and achieving lunar orbit. Furthermore, it is apparent they are in genuine zero gravity aboard the actual spacecraft, necessary to convince the mass media of their authenticity, just not any further than Earth orbit, as you will see. In this never-before-seen or heard footage, not only is the radio conversation between the astronauts and Houston Control audible, there is a secondary, private conversation taking place between the crew and a third confidential party, prompting the astronauts with what to say, when to speak, and how to effectively manipulate the camera to achieve the desired misleading effect. NASA claims that the Houston transmissions were the only ones taking place with the astronauts. Listen
Alright,
now
everyone.
as Houston Control...
I'm going to turn this down. Welcome to the What Was That channel. We are taking a look. I just have some stuff playing here in the beginning. It's from A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon. I'm just going to check my audio. I think I fixed it. It's usually working lately pretty good. Alright, seems to be working. Alright everyone, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't tuned in yet, you're going to tune in later, maybe watch the video in the future. Thank you anyways. If nobody's watching, it's cool. It's cool. Alright, it is July 10th, Monday. I don't even know what time it is. Probably, let me take a look here, 8:03. Alright. We're going to be taking a look. Actually, I'm going to stop this in the background here. Let me go ahead and stop this. I just want to check my settings one more time so that I'm not talking aimlessly in case it's on mute or something. So give me 1 second. Let me get this checked. Alright, seems to be working. Alright, I'm gonna let this play a little bit with the audio down. While we want to get my OBS set up here. I want to get a couple other settings checked. Alright, I'm gonna go to minimize this.
Were in fact not broadcast live as everyone believed. They were first screened and edited for playback later.
Alright. Alright, again, thanks for tuning into the What Was That channel, where we take a look at random footage, all in the hopes to find something that makes us say, what was that? Alright, I'd like to start off with some shoutouts. If it wasn't for these YouTube channels, I probably wouldn't even be doing this. Though I don't do exactly what every other YouTube channel does, I do, you know, my style. So I'd like to thank the You've Been Exposed channel, the Bro Sanchez Live channel, and I'd also like to thank the Nicholas Cabal channel for providing video footage of the weather down there in Florida. Let's see here. First-hand footage, you know, right out there. Speaking of weather, it's pretty hot today here. I got crazy humidity and it's very cloudy. Let's see. I thought this was pretty cool, because I'm always looking at NASA with their chemtrails and things that are not contrails or chemtrails. All the random stuff out there. When these guys fly by, they have these cool smoke things. It's pretty cool. When I was a kid, we used to go to air shows. My parents would take us, and the jets would do crazy stuff. Now they don't even like have them because of like safety and stuff. But they had like helicopters, with, like guys jumping out like right down. It was crazy. It was so much fun. Let's see. I just thought it was pretty cool. These guys here, smoke testing. Of course, it's NASA. Don't worry about that. Oh, look at these. Oh, NASA again. But nonetheless, that's a nice plane. How's everyone doing tonight? It's Monday. People just getting out of work, going to work. Alright. I'm back from like, what, 8 days off? I had a little mini vacation from this. I had a ton of housework to do and yard work. But I figured I'd come back and look up some stuff. I prepped one thing here. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and close this down. Gonna bring this over here. Let's see if it'll. This will load for us. New Quakes. Let's check out New Quakes. Dazer. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Evening. How's everything going? Welcome to the What Was That channel. I'm just taking a look at, right now I'm just opening with some Yellowstone, and take a look, see if there's any new activity, some new stuff to be concerned about. 35 minutes ago, no, that's Alaska. Let's see. Nothing recently, unless they're like suppressing it or not releasing it right away, that I've seen, because they've been having a massive amount of earthquakes. Let's see. Earthquake. Let's see. They were at 858 for the past 2 weeks. Let's see if they report any more. 878. And that was just the other day. Now we're a week past that. Yeah. The first week there were 450 earthquakes. Second week over 800. I can only imagine now. I noticed if watch, I'll go ahead and click news, and there's really nothing new. We're 3 days past half this. 2 hours ago. Let's see. Everything you need to know about the Yellowstone supervolcano. It's probably nothing. I did already look at it. Probably. Did I see this one? Oh yeah. Check this out. Oh, they just probably reassure us that there's nothing to worry about, but well, calling it a supervolcano. Don't worry, supervolcano. It's literally going to super, like, flash fry you with pyroclastic flows and stuff. I mean, it's just crazy. Let's see. Why aren't people updated? I mean, let's see. Montana had a 5.8. 5.8. That's nothing to turn cheek about. That's some serious stuff going on. Where I live, we don't really get earthquakes that often or even that high. I'm sure it's happened. I've only felt maybe 1 or 2 in my lifetime, and I'm in my 30s. But I figure nobody's really talking about this, but they call it a super volcano. Notice how they make it. Well, if it's not super or anything, why it's not doing anything? Why isn't it just a regular volcano? No, it's the super volcano. But nothing's gonna happen. Don't worry. It's no big deal. They're just gonna tell you, don't worry about it. But it's the super volcano. You keep your eye on it. Crazy. Let's see. I got my little bookmark manager here. Trying to make things more organized. Oh yeah, here we go. I did save that. Take a check out of this here. See if everyone can check that out. Geologist says earthquake swarms in Yellowstone pose no danger. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. You're just, you know, right under a super volcano. Right here. Whoa. Right here. Here's this cluster zoomed in. Don't worry. No big deal. Nothing's gonna go on. I got a little clip to show. If people aren't up to date on how the tectonic plates work and stuff, I clipped a short video. Real short. We can take a look at it. So it brings everyone up to date. So we can see how these people... Let's see here. These scientists will tell you all this. Don't worry. No, it's no big deal. But it's the super volcano. Okay? Don't worry about it. It's just molten magma waiting to erupt. Like Pompeii. I just watched something on Pompeii. It was on TV. But nonetheless, they're just... I don't know. Let's take a look here. Let me see if I can grab it. I'm going to check my audio real quick, too, before... I go ahead and play. Give me 1 second, unless anyone out there can hear me. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to test my audio in case anyone pops in and nothing's going on. Alright, it seems like my audio's working. Alright, so let me grab this short clip here. If you'll forgive me, I'm still new at OBS. I'm going to make sure my zoom's proper here so when I go back. Alright, let me find this little clip. Actually, we're going to watch this Yellowstone clip that I found. Let me get it. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll leave this like this way. All right. Let me check the audio. History is gonna be mad. I don't know if I'm gonna get bagged for copyright stuff, but thank you, History Channel.
One of the most amazing places on Earth, and it's unique. It contains some of America's most stunning scenery. To understand where Yellowstone came from and why it is so active today, we need to take a journey back into the distant past of the North American continent and deep into the Earth's interior.
The geologic history of Yellowstone goes back to the formation of the North American continent.
For nearly a century after Yellowstone National Park was established, nobody realized that the park is located inside one of the biggest volcano craters on Earth. It wasn't until the late 1960s that American geophysicist Robert Christensen realized that rock formations he had been studying for several years all around the edges of the park formed a giant circular ridge. He compared his findings on the ground with a series of NASA pictures, confirming that the ring was the rim of a giant crater 45 miles across. Finding the crater coincided with another scientific discovery in California. Scientists identified a strange thin layer of ash buried underneath the modern-day soil. The ash matched material from the Yellowstone crater. Dating the soil layers proved that the ash arrived 640,000 years ago. Scientists at last had a date for the Yellowstone supereruption. Ash was later found all over the western U.S., confirming the huge size of the eruption.
We're looking at this deposit from a supereruption, and yet we're over 50 miles from the source of the eruption.
The geologists have recreated what must have happened here on the day that Yellowstone exploded.
So this is traveling at very high velocity, easily over 100 miles per hour across the land surface, and obliterating everything in its path.
It was extremely hot when it arrived here, and perhaps as hot as 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit.
In April 2006, geologists published new diagrams of hot structures far deep. Deeper under the park. Investigators saw for the first time the sleeping monster that lies below Yellowstone Park.
Our best estimates now, as we start doing the physics and the dynamics of these things, it's like a conduit of melted rock, like a chimney.
That chimney, called a hotspot, pumped up enough heat to melt the rocks of the crust and fill the overlying magma chamber, which then erupted to blast out Yellowstone's vast crater. Understanding how the crater formed was an important moment for the investigation. And yet, the ultimate Yellowstone geological question remains to be answered. When will the supervolcano erupt once again?
When will the supervolcano erupt again? Look, they're gonna look at it. It's crazy, but don't worry. Don't worry about 880 quakes in 2 weeks. All right, I'm gonna go back to that one part. Here we go, so everyone can see. I'm gonna reassure everyone though first, because that's not what I wanted.
We know your car isn't just a car.
All right, I apologize. All right, so here's the supervolcano. They're gonna even show you a little animation of what it once was. Look at this.
Ash was later found all over the western U.S., confirming the huge size of the eruption.
We're looking at this deposit from a supereruption, and yet we're 100 miles, and perhaps it's
materified miles, confirming that 19 Christian is miles.
I want to find.
Published
There we go. Here we go.
1,500 degrees Fahrenheit.
In April
Okay, so this is what's under there.
2006, geologists published new diagrams of hot structures far.
Look at that. I don't know what they use, like whatever they aren't they like. I don't know. It's like, how do they know? I think it's like S waves or P waves or something. Certain waves can travel through certain things, and it just reads back like sonar. Anyways, but there it is. Supervolcano. Supervolcano. But don't be worried. It's not a big deal. There's nothing to be worried about. Let me find that clip where it does say that. Oh, no danger. Right here. A geologist says earthquake swarms in Yellowstone pose no danger. There it is. We just saw that in that video. They even showed you the animation of the destruction that once was. What do they even call this thing? Just the Yellowstone supervolcano? I don't know. Then you have Montana having the 5.8, and it's pretty big. But no big deal. Don't worry about it. Alright, the only other thing I want to check out for updates is, let me find my... Why didn't it save? Oh, all right, right here. All right, this is from the Nicholas Cabal channel. Just to look into the weather down there. Nicholas has a channel where he uploads various things, but what I pick out of it is his weather uploads, his chemtrail updates. So we're gonna take a look at that. Go ahead and
clearing up.
I
mean, there's a storm right there, but
what is that?
But see a chemtrail through the sky right
Footage.
here.
Complimentary.
It's so hazy up there. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. There's one right there.
The chemtrailing and geoengineering that's going on in the skies.
Wait, let me see if I could. I can't really see it. It just all blends into the background. It's all white. There's one right here. There's one I can't really see my screen, but it's like right here.
Pretty crazy
Clouds. Oh, white it is.
You found a couple. There they are. A couple there. And some real good ones towards the. There they go.
One right here. It is 12:03 p.m. Ridiculous. I hate chemtrails.
Got a storm going on. Oh man. Man, you got good views.
Definitely chemtrailing today, though. I just seen one. That means there's probably gonna be more where that comes from. And it's extremely hazy over here. Extremely. Like, look at that.
Altitude aerosol injections, whatever you want to call them.
Look at that.
Down in Florida.
Compared to
First-hand footage.
Nothing
Next
but
to the
haze.
Nicholas Cabal channel. All right. Let's check out something else that I found pretty sweet. The Ravni Tunnel Labyrinth. It seems to have been popular for a couple years now, but as time goes on, new discoveries are found. And it seems as though just a couple days ago, a new tunnel was discovered. I'm going to take a look at it. Or we're going to take a look at it. Okay, so on top of it, I'm going to turn... should I? Hold on, I'm going to pause this real quick. I want to make sure my audio settings are right. I'm debating if I should mute my mic because I'm notorious for interrupting everything. I'm just looking at my OBS over here, sorry. Alright, let's take a look at this.
We are several hundred meters from the entrance.
I'm just gonna jump through this. All right. So what happens is Dr. Sam Osmanagic, discoverer of the Bosnian pyramids, seems to have found another tunnel. So what had happened is there's two regular tunnels, and they tried to like intercept one, so they don't have to like dig farther, and they found like this whole nother set of tunnels. But what's very interesting is they line the tunnel with rocks. See all the little rocks all down there. Look at them. What would those be used for? I'll let everyone think about it for a minute, and I'll tell you what I think. And again, it's just speculation, but it's fun. What's he got around his neck there? What is that? This guy hasn't been digging anything. Look at how clean that shirt is. Look, more rocks. Double side. Not there though. There's no rocks there. Sorry, I didn't mean to be skipping forward on everyone, but what I was really looking to show everyone was the rocks lining it.
Alright. I'm in the hole now. I'm in the tunnel. It's rather low here.
Down a little bit.
But I can see that it is open in both directions. Koliko tamo duboko? Alright, so we have this tunnel.
Alright, again, here you go.
Which goes
These rocks are lining both sides.
At least
What's going on?
15-20 meters. And then
What could they be for?
and you can see
Both sides rocks.
Dobro.
Anybody know?
Alright.
Anybody want to guess what they're
Let's
for?
see the other side.
I figured because, say they're in these tunnels and someone's coming and it's someone bad or whatever, they're just hiding from an enemy, they can pile the rocks up on one side and stop whoever coming through for a few. So anywhere they are, they can make a wall from the rocks that are there. That's my guess. It could be completely wrong, but it's, I don't know.
The other side.
Take a look at it again. So again,
It's
these are
also open section.
the Bosnian pyramids.
So,
and under them,
obviously we
there's
found
a tunnel
a section
labyrinth.
that hasn't been
And
visited
just the other day,
for
a
a very
new
long
tunnel
time.
was
The air
discovered.
is nice, cold. We can
which
even
makes
feel the breeze.
labyrinth even more
That's an
crazy.
amazing
I guess
thing.
there's tunnels all over this
In those
place. But
tunnels.
anyways, what I found crazy
Get
were these
inside.
rocks lining it.
We know there is no opening in front of us.
Interesting.
Oxygen
I
level.
want to watch this the tunnel. There you go. The whole thing. Alright, I'm sorry for this horrible job. Alright, we're done with this. But nonetheless, Bosnian pyramids, new discovery, some new tunnels under the pyramids. If anyone knows, I wish I knew a bunch of stuff because this may make sense to someone, but hopefully someone can pick up on some info. Maybe there's a hidden chamber down there that they're looking for. This guy seems to have a lot of interest down here. I'm just going to check my audio settings. Thanks everyone for tuning into the What Was That channel, whether you're watching now, going to watch later, or going to watch the video in a week. What's going on? And thanks for tuning in. Alright, we checked out some Yellowstone update stuff. The scientists have told us, don't worry, nothing to be alarmed about. Oh, almost 1,000 earthquakes, some reaching up to 5.8 in the past 2 weeks. Nothing to worry about, don't worry. You're just, you know, next to a super volcano. Checked out some weather, and then just checked out some caves in Bosnia. And that's pretty much it for the news and new discovery stuff that I've found or had time to find. We check how long I've been broadcasting. Ooh, a half hour. Wow, I'm getting pretty good with time. I do waste it, but a half hour is what I usually want to spend on like my opening and the news, just to catch myself and everyone else up to, I think, what are important discoveries, or I don't know. Hopefully, even if they're not anything to me, hopefully someone may be triggered by seeing this and have some knowledge of what's going on. Alright, so that's that. Again, if anyone wants to look it up, it's the Ravni Tunnel Labyrinth. And there's a ton of stuff on it. I guess there's a huge pyramid in Bosnia. I don't know. I'm not really good at that, so I don't really have too much to say. Alright, so on to the stuff that I wanted to check out. What Was That channel is based on. Alright. I wanted to check. This is pretty cool. Let me right, we're gonna check out in 1969, AT&T, Nixon calls the moon. Now, tell me if AT&T has better service now. If anyone out there has AT&T, can you tell me if AT&T's wireless service is better now or in 1969 based on this video? All right, is everyone ready? This is Nixon calls the moon in 1969. I'm sure he's calling Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and I don't know if Mike Collins got it, the call. He was up in the command module. All right, let's take a look. And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but that hath came down from heaven. Yeah, what goes up, yeah. I didn't even read that. I don't want to get controversial. I don't really care too much, you know, but nonetheless. Here we go.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over. That would be an honor. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House.
You have got to be kidding me. That is possibly the most historic phone call ever made from the White House or anywhere. All right.
I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure that they too join with Americans in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world.
Oh, come on. You know, I have really apologized. This is not the footage I wanted to see. Oh, maybe it is. I'm just gonna let it play. Pretty much. I gotta look at this again. First off, they had clear color cameras, and we got that. But anyways,
hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House.
oh my God, I can't even. I just can't. I'm gonna.
Certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure that they too join with Americans in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world.
I can't. I gotta hear him. The opening.
That would be an honor. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House.
Okay. They are separated by roughly 248,000 miles. Okay. I live in kind of the woods. If I go on just a back road behind my house, some of these back roads go on for a little bit, hour, they're in the middle of like nothing. I get no service. I don't get anything. Absolutely nothing. And this guy is calling. Oh my God. I'm gonna play it again. I hate Nixon anyways. He's such a little shyster.
Few words to you, over. That would be an honor. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room of the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done.
Okay, where's that? I want to be able to go on my deck with my Wi-Fi. I can't even go down back roads with my phone without having service. And they're making a call from 248,000 miles away. Yeah, I know. Okay, they used short microwaves that produce. Yeah, I completely get it. I do. But where's my technology? Where's my Wi-Fi on my deck? Like, come on. I literally can go down a back road by my house and get no service. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And here you have the president calling. Alright, something else I wanted to show you on here. This may have been the actual one I wanted to.
Gunter is going to take me up the...
Oh, that isn't...
But like... Down this tube.
Okay. Check this out. This is pretty cool. I never knew this.
The last thing anybody wants now is an emergency.
No
like
emergency.
Everything else, they're ready for that too.
Once the crew are on board, if it looks as if they're in danger...
Okay. Okay. Check it out. We have the Saturn V rocket. This seems to be the old Apollo missions. So the little astronauts are up here. It's a command module. This is the freaking... this has all their storage and propellants and stuff to get the command module, the lunar module, and all that stuff up there. Anyways, there's a little elevator that goes up, and this is where they walk on to get on it. All right, and get loaded in there. Okay. Now, check this out.
Once the crew are on board, if it looks as if they're in danger, they get out and head down this tube.
What?
Specially insulated against fire.
Is
and zigzagging
that?
down, not to some point out and away.
Zigzagging down? So they go in there, they go down the chute, and they go all the way down.
From the rocket, but to an escape room exactly where you'd think it shouldn't.
What?
3.5 minutes after they get the warning in the capsule, the crew could be down here in the blast escape room via that 200-foot escape tube, 40 feet below the base of the rocket. They find themselves in a totally rubber room, walls and floors, and they head for safety through a 6-inch steel door. Once they're behind that door, it doesn't matter what comes down this tube behind them.
Look at this.
On this side of that door, the rarely seen blast escape room itself.
It has seat belts.
It's totally isolated from everything around it by a series of 24 giant springs underneath the floor and shells all around it of steel, concrete, and sand.
This is ridiculous.
It contains enough food, water, and air for 20 people for up to 24 hours, and it's all around the edge. There are these foam rubber shock-absorbing seats, as you can see.
Like, that costs people money right there, all this stuff.
The simultaneous explosion
That's crazy.
of every drop of fuel on a Saturn V. And in that event, strapped into your shock-absorbing seat, if your rocket did blow itself to bits 40 feet above your head, all you'd feel would be a mild rumble from somewhere up there.
Or if, say, you never got on the rocket.
That too.
If they're specially insulated from the rocket.
I mean, if that isn't proof, I don't know what you can do. The astronaut and...
So you were probably maybe one of the last two...
So these guys get loaded in there, closed up.
I was the last one to see the astronaut in it, okay? I can still, when the hatch was closed, I could look through the center window and see him in there.
What if they just went down that little tube and nobody knew? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. They're probably over here somewhere. And then go over here. You never know. Pretty crazy. Anyways, on to the next. Close this down.
And we are now under 5 minutes away from the opening of that release window. SpaceX Dragon.
SpaceX
Dragon resupply mission.
It's also thrusters. It's pretty cool.
SpaceX.
Little blinky light means it's in space.
To depart the International Space Station.
Station Houston on 2 for Dragon.
Ooh, look at all these numbers. That's space right there.
Go ahead on 2 for Dragon.
Free drift.
Okay, Peggy, we are looking good down here.
And what we want to take a look at, we'll skim through this.
Confirmation.
Oh, this
Dragon
thing, that's space right there. These little things, that's space too.
Time at 1:41 a.m. Central. Thrusters on 58 statute miles over the central part of Australia. There isn't even continuing to back away.
Oh my God, they moved. Space.
Vehicle officer confirming the second departure.
All right.
Go for step
Now, this is just a What Was That channel. I'm not a debunking channel. I'm not a...
in 1.602.
I don't know. This is just What Was That channel. I take a look at random footage in hopes to find stuff that makes us say, what was that? And in this clip right now, we're looking at a U.S. cargo ship. I'll show you again. This guy. Leaving the ISS or whatever. But I noticed I'm not a photographer or anything, but if anyone is watching this, does see this, and you can let me know what these are, I'd be appreciative. But let's take a look.
Just
what are all those little
moving
things everywhere?
That line between night and day
on
the Earth's surface. Dragon continuing to depart the area from the International Space Station.
They're over here.
Everything going smoothly.
Looks
with
like they
this
cut from that camera
operation.
too.
We'll just watch for a few more minutes while Dragon.
What's going on?
Continuing to
do it again.
Between night. Just crossing the Terminator line, that line between night and day on the Earth's surface. Dragon continuing to depart the area from the International Space Station.
That's like 13 of them.
The Earth's surface. Dragon continuing. Just crossing the Terminator. Just crossing.
Look at all of them. Is
The
it
Terminator
dust?
line, that line between night
these
and
are
day
going
on
behind
the
it.
Earth's surface. Dragon continuing to depart the area from the International Space Station. But everything going between.
I'm gonna slow this down.
Just crossing
We're
the
going super
Terminator
slow.
line, that line between.
Wait, let's see. So these are moving right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 11. 12. 13, 14. This one's cranking. And that's in slow-mo. I mean, what is that? Then will you tell me what that is? Is that the camera? I really don't know. What is that? Look at them all over here. You see a cluster of them. All up here. This one here. Look at this. Going over. They're other satellites. That's what they are. That's what they're going to say. This one goes in front. This one here. Cruising up. And all you got to do is go to the NASA YouTube channel, and here it is. A U.S. commercial cargo ship departs from space station, and it's at minute 2 in like 40 something. Let's see here. We'll start it over for everyone. Here you have it. What is going? Look at them moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. There's like 13 or 14. There's like this one's moving. What are they? What is that? All right, we're gonna do it in full motion, so you can really see them dipping.
Depart the area in the term.
Good words, Peggy.
Just crossing the Terminator line, that line between night and day on the Earth's surface.
Look at that one cruising.
Dragon continuing to.
Good words, Peggy.
Watch this one.
Just crossing the terminator line, that line between night and day on the Earth's surface.
Look at him.
Dragon continuing to depart the area from the International Space Station. Everything going from the International Space. Continuing to depart the area from the International night and day on the Earth's surface. Dragon continuing heads going very well with the end of this SpaceX's 11th commercial resupply mission.
Whoa, was that a real fast one?
Well, with minutes while Dragon heads off into the black.
It was.
Operation. We'll just
right
watch
here
for a few more minutes while Dragon heads off into the black. Everything going very well with the end of this SpaceX's 11th.
I think I'm just seeing
morning's
stuff now.
operation. We'll the International Space Station. Everything going smoothly with this morning's operation. We'll just watch for a few more minutes while Dragon heads off into the black. Everything going very well with the end of this SpaceX's 11th commercial resupply mission.
It seems like, I don't know, they have the camera like out of focus or something now. Now it doesn't seem well. I'm going to redo that again.
A few more minutes. Continue.
All right, again.
On the Earth.
I don't have any tools. I'm not a Photoshop connoisseur or anything like that. So if anyone out there can just even tell me what these are, just so we can correct it. But nonetheless, this is the What Was That channel. I'm trying to find stuff that makes me say what was that, and that does the trick right there. So let's take a look at it. Look at all the floating things.
The Terminator line, that line between night and day on the Earth's surface. Dragon continuing to depart the area from the International Space Station.
Everywhere.
Everything
what is going on? They literally cut that view.
Between night and day. Just crossing the Terminator line, that line between night and...
Look at this. All right. So if you're just tuning in, we're taking a look at some U.S. cargo ship departs space station. This is right from NASA's own. And I'm not a photographer or anything, but let's take a look. See if you notice all these little tiny things moving.
Just crossing the Terminator line, that line between night and day on the Earth's surface. Dragon continuing to depart the area from the International Space Station.
All right.
602.
So let's do it again.
Good words, Peggy.
And look at all the little things moving, little particles or something.
Between night and day on the Earth's surface.
I tried to count 50. I got up to 13, but
from the International Space Station.
There's some up top there.
Everything going
they
smoothly
cut that view.
with this morning's operation.
Good words, Peggy.
I don't know.
Crossing the Terminator line, that line between night and day on the Earth's surface.
All right, what else do I want to take a look at? I found. Oh yeah, let's see.
Station Houston, are you ready for the event?
Pause this real quick. I want to check my dashboard. All right, 47 minutes. My mic is on. All right, cool. All right, this is a brand new one today. Let's take a look.
The event
busy up.
Demanded a strict timeline, so we stuck with those, but we at least got to take a few minutes to do the photos and
Does anyone
show
notice
everybody on the ground how much we love
I don't know
our
if
country.
it shows on my channel, but
Well, you know, I appreciate that.
I don't know if it's
really
the pixels
the
on his camera. That's the camera that's shooting this. I don't know if pixels are burnt out on it, but if you notice on his shirt, right here, there's right here. There's a few on his legs. It looks like there's burnt pixels.
But you know,
right here, there's one. There's one right here.
Was, you know, before Peggy was added to the crew.
Here. No,
you
is that burnt out pixels? There's one on his shirt right here.
U.S. research.
One here, one
how much
here.
It meant to have Peggy up
So
there
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. 7 dots.
Oh, we've definitely been busy.
Is something wrong with the camera, or is he on a green screen? You can actually see it changing behind him right here. See how you can see the light changing on this dot?
The moment it docked on about the 4th or 5th.
Right here, you can see it changing also.
A week or so ago,
see it right here? There's dots all over if you look very closely. Give me 1 second and I'm going to try to,
body of work complete
right
and
here.
then get all those,
let's see, I don't have any Photoshop stuff, so I really apologize for the unprofessionalism in this channel, but we're just trying to take a look at NASA fucking up. And right here,
I call her the
you can see these little dots. And again, I'm not sure if it's if
U.S.
it's
astronaut on orbit now.
the channel
and
or
she's
the
just a ninja. She just floats all
the
over
pixels
the
in the
place,
camera
knocking
messing
out
up,
tasks, and it's great to
or
have her up
or what?
here.
But this
She's
is what was that
definitely worth
channel,
more
and I
than
find things that
having
make us
just
say
one
what was
person.
that,
She's
and it
like
doesn't seem
having
like
four.
this
So
is
I
burnt
kinda
out because
feel
when
like
he moves,
we
you can
had
see
4 or 5
the light
people working on
behind it
science there
change.
for a month,
So it's picking
and
up something.
we were able to get it all done.
But let's see.
Well, you know, I was going to ask you,
There's
as a fighter
one
jock
dot
like
there,
you, how is
one
it
dot
having a
there,
researcher
one
on board?
dot
Has she
there,
turned you into a
one
scientist
dot
yet?
here, one dot here, one dot here, one dot here,
I don't know if
one
you
dot
can,
there,
but,
one dot there, one dot there.
She's
What are all these
definitely a
dots?
scientist.
I mean, what is going on?
She's got a good dab of Chuck
What
Norris
is
in her
that?
too. So,
Does anybody know
so
what
we
these
get
are?
along
And
great.
I'm going to try to make
we
this
just have,
into a
we
full
both
screen. So
love
give me 1
working,
second. I'm
and
going to go to
we
my
love what we're
OBS,
doing
but
up here.
take a look.
It really doesn't feel
Look at
like
them.
work.
See if you can find
Everything
those
is
dots.
Fun. Whether it's you know, working on the toilet.
Give me 1
or,
second. I'm going
or
to try to make this
doing
full screen
cutting-edge
here. So
Research.
let's see. Let's see. I don't know if you can see him on... I'm trying to look at my OBS to make sure. Oh yeah, I can see him on my OBS screen too. Okay. So what we're looking for is, you can see, I don't know if these pixels are burnt out in the camera or if something's messing up, but specifically this one on his leg, you can see the light change behind it as it picks up stuff. And then here there's one, here there's one. There's another one right here. And there's some behind us. There's one behind his hand. And if you notice, they change. So to me, the pixel is picking up something. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody know what this is? Probably just a messed up camera. But it's still, what was that channel? And I look for things that make me say, what was that? And I did notice that. Well, let's take a look. One there. There's one there. Again, there's one here, 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 here. Now just notice them. Specifically this one on his leg. Notice when he moves around, you can see, see it change color? Like the pattern behind it moves. I don't know. Maybe it's the way a dead pixel works, I'm not sure. I'm gonna turn this audio down. I'm gonna turn this audio down for a minute. Alright. And I'm gonna check my OBS. Alright, cool, that's working. Alright, I'm gonna check my audio. How's everyone doing out there? I forgot to check my chat. That's alright. No big deal. I'm gonna have a drink of water here, but we are checking out. I don't know. Is anyone good with photography? Because I see what seemed to me as dead pixels all over. Upwards of 9. I'll count them in a minute here. But if you notice this one specifically on his leg, you can see right through it into the background. Check it out. All right, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's none on his face, though. There's 9 that I can see. But if this one on his leg right here, you'll notice changes with the background. Just to me, I don't know. Maybe it's how a dead pixel works. But I just think it's pretty interesting. I want to see if he does a flip at the end. Let's take a look. I want to see behind here. I just don't know. I have a old DSLR camera, and a couple of the pixels are dead, but they're just stuck in a color. They're in red. So I don't know what this is. What's weird is this one on his leg, you can see through to the other side. And it changes color. Let's see, I'm going to go to the end and see if he does a flip. I just want to see. What the hell? Is that a little bubble? That thing? I'm going to slow that down. That was pretty cool. We're going to slow this down. Go to quarter speed. And I don't know. What is this? Dust particle? It's hard to see. There it goes. Traveling up. Now I know why everything's white. There it goes. Huh. Is he okay? Is the guy okay? Check that out again. What was that? Oh man. I was on the wrong screen. Alright. I'm almost at an hour. I was going to do around an hour broadcast. So if you're watching this, I don't have too much more. But I did just see this. It was pretty cool. Could be nothing. Just dust particles. The air conditioning system's pulling it back up. But you do see it pop out. I should have wrote down the time. Whoa, what was that? Nothing. Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta put this back at regular speed to try to find this thing. Oh, there it is. Alright, so it just appears right out of here, right there. What is that? Do they make these guys like do this underwater? Are they like holding their breath? What's going on? It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna try to go back a little. Like, where's that come from? What is that? There it is. A little bubble or something? What is that? What is that? See it going up? There it is. Alright, so let's watch it in fast motion. Oh, sorry. Alright, so let's watch it in regular speed. Normal. We'll go back. Looks like he's holding in like he's gonna take a, you know what I mean. Alright, let's see. There's that little bubble particle. I don't know. What is that? It's pretty cool though. Alright. No flip today. Nope, I knew it. Must be a particle, because I see it fly around here. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Whoa! Look what happens when this little particle goes near. And again, I don't do any type of editing, so I don't know if this is normal or not. Alright, but let's take a look at this little particle right here. This little particle as it goes in front of this thing. Whatever this dot is that's messed up on these pixels on this camera, because here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But watch these dots. So here comes a piece of dust towards one of these dots. Now here comes this piece of dust right here. Now it's going towards this dot. Now watch this. What was that? I mean, seriously. What was that? Is that real? How lucky are we to see that piece of dust do that? What's going on? Alright. Literally. Alright, so again, we've been noticing on Jack here, he has these dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they're all over him. I think there's 9. And in this instance, a little piece of dust is flying in front of the camera, and it happens to go by one of these dots, which I think are burnt out pixels on the camera. But watch how the camera reacts. So here we go. Here comes the piece of dust towards this, what I thought is a burnt out pixel. What just happened? Right here. Look at this little pixel that I thought's burnt out. Why is it moving? Why did it move down? Why? What's going on? Whoa. That's crazy. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in regular speed and see if I'm crazy, because I could be. What the hell was that? What's this thing have, a mind of its own? Was it a little vehicle? It's just driving around? Take a look. There it goes. Right by that thing. Right by it. Boom. What is that? What's going on? Is the way the recording? I don't know. Oh, here's another one of those little things. Right down here. Alright. I'm going to pause this for a minute right here. And I apologize, but I'm going to take a minute to try to find all these. If anybody wants the link to this video so they can do it themselves or join in like a group, what was that discovery? It's today's July 10th. Space station crew members discuss life in space with the media. And it's just Jack. But today I noticed all over there's these little, especially on Jack. He's got one here, they're on his pants right here, and you can like see through them. But they're all over. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one there. And I noticed, I'm going to write this timestamp down. Alright. I want to go back to, let's just watch when he moves. These little dots here. See it like move, and then there's another one here. And you can see it change, like, as the light crosses it, or patterns cross it. To me it looks fake as hell. This looks like blue screen, or green screen, whatever you want to call it. Chroma key. I don't know. So I think what we saw before was a dust particle, but what we're noticing is that, I don't mean to keep going over it, but I'm kind of excited. This is pretty cool. Okay, so you can see them here. There's these dots all over. There's one there, one there, one there, one here. They're probably all in here. You can't see because of these wires, but they're really on Jack here. There's one here. There's another one right here, but you can't see it at the moment. There's two there, one here, one here, one there, one there. There's like 9. They're probably all over, but you can't see. Anyways, they're probably glitches or something. I don't know. But let's take a look. There's going to be a piece of dust that's going to come cruising around. I'm going to go half speed. Here it is. What, did everyone just see that? What happened to the dead pixel that I thought it was? Whoa. It looks as though dust is creating a gravity, and it's literally, as it's traveling by this pixel, it's pulling the pixel with it. Whoa, did you see it? Look at, gravity's real. That little dust particle has gravity, and it's pulling that pixel with it. Must be. That's it. We've solved it. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go down a little bit slower here. Does anyone in the chat know what that is? Is it a dead pixel? Am I crazy? I could be. What am I at? 1 minute and 4... I'm sorry, 1 hour and 4 minutes, man. Alright. I don't have too much more material. I would love for people out there to go to NASA's YouTube channel, go to today's, July 10th. Space Station crew discusses life with the media, and check this out. You can see all these little dots all over. What are they? Can anyone tell me what they are? And before I sign off from this broadcast, we'll take a look at it again. What you have is this dust particle coming around. And I thought these little dots were just burnt out pixels. See, there's one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. There's like 10 over here. There's one there, one there. What the hell's going on? But pay attention to this one as this dust particle comes by. It's like the camera's trying to track, I don't know, they're like tracking, I don't know, tracking dots. And the camera starts tracking that. I don't know. It's crazy. But if anyone can help me out with that, slow it down, zoom in on it, anything, let me know. Let me know. Alright, let me check if there's anything else in my bookmark manager. Nope, that was it. So let's do a quick recap. We're going to go ahead and I'll pause this. I'll get it prepped because I'm going to recap it again. Alright, so that's there. We will do recap this guy here. This is all I found. Nothing crazy. I didn't put too much time in this week. I have been cleaning my yard. It's insane. I live out in the middle of like nowhere. So the overgrowth is crazy. But what I noticed in this video, and this is recent too, if anyone wants to take a look at this, July 3rd, U.S. commercial cargo ship departs space station for Earth. And towards the end here, what the hell are all these things moving? They're everywhere. Literally, there's like 15. Is it dust out there? Particle? Other satellites? It'll be the first time another satellite has been able to be photographed. So there they all are. Tons of them. All moving back here, up there. I bet they have it dimmed down. Does anyone have Photoshop? They can fix this up. Alright, so again, some stuff moving in the background. And that's it. That's all I got for the What Was That channel. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I think I'm going to wrap this broadcast up. Unless there's anything in my bookmark manager, which I don't think there is. Oh yeah, and then we watched Nixon Call the Moon. We got to watch that one again. I'm closing out with that. I'm going to try to find it real quick. Hold on one second. Nixon Calls the Moon. Just saying it's funny. Meanwhile, I can't even get... Oh my god. Oh, it's the same one. Man. Oh, it's like really short. I guess it's not that long.
As soon as this wall of ash, water, and rock stops, it solidifies like cement.
Alright, we'll play it again anyways, this one. Let me make sure the audio is up on it. We're not going to watch that ad, but we will. I'm not watching no 15-second ad. You can get out of here. Making my viewers watch an ad. Alright, let me get the audio right. Alright, and let's watch... Alright, before I get off, we're going to watch Nixon. Nixon Call the Moon. Oh, man.
You do all this research on the perfect car, then smash it into a tree. Your insurance company raises your rates. Maybe you should have done more research on them.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I take pictures of sunrises with my back pain. I couldn't sleep and get up in time. Then I found a Leaf PM.
A Leaf PM is the only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour pain-relieving strength of a Leaf. A Leaf PM for a better aid.
Oh, I'm sure it is. All right, 1969, Nixon called the moon, 240,000 miles away. And our wireless technology has gotten worse. No, I don't want to make fun of it, but it's shitty. I just compare it to a road I have by my house. If I drive down it, I lose all service, the entire road. But that's crazy. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. That was the... What was that channel's, my 10th broadcast or my 10th video? Alright, I'll have to do a celebratory video or something. Alright, thanks everyone who's watching, gonna watch, or will be watching. Have a good evening.